Creative types and new software organizations are frequently pushed to build a novel product that would set them apart when deciding which product concepts to focus on. However, are you familiar with the expression, "there's no such thing as a unique idea"? It is remembered by the public because it is somewhat just, like many other things. Some concepts seem to appear out of thin air like a flash of lightning. However, a closer look at the data reveals that other situations and inputs served as the inspiration for the ideas. A great example of this is to look at how the world has evolved and how vastly different societies that were kept apart over time have produced similar technologies. The smartest ideas have a little something extra. So in this video, we will tell you how you can build on an idea and then use it to produce a fantastic company concept. So stay tuned. Number 1. Avoid hunting for novel concepts that haven't been tried. Entrepreneurs regularly find themselves stuck in the development stage of brand new business ideas that have yet to hit the market. If this approach is successful, you might be able to build a successful business, but very few prosperous companies actually employ this strategy. This method calls for investing time, money, and effort into building something that already exists, and it does not guarantee your future commercial success. What transpires if nobody is drawn to that market? Smart business people avoid betting on ventures that have a low likelihood of success. Because of this, whether you are a small business owner or a startup entrepreneur, avoid trying to develop a product that has not already been thought of. Leave it to large organizations with the means to make up for their own shortcomings to come up with something fresh. In contrast, if they are prosperous, you can emulate their business strategy to duplicate their success in your own organization. Number 2. Be mindful of the cost that comes with being unconventional. Time and distance are wonderful places to start when looking for inspiration. Commence with the present. The problem is that before truly trying to sell your concept, you must first educate the market about how it works. The first mover advantage has many advantages, but it also has many disadvantages. You are usually forced to invent everything from scratch. The notion could not be well received by people, and technology might not be able to support it. Marketing is a crucial element if you want your business to succeed in the current economy. Over 7.5 billion people live on the planet today, and billions of businesses offer thousands upon thousands of unique goods and services. No matter how fantastic your business idea is, you must have an effective and aggressive marketing plan in place to reach your target audience if you want to be heard above the noise. As a result, marketing costs are higher if you wish to explore a brand new company idea than if you are developing an existing one. Therefore, while beginning a business, it is preferable to remain behind the times rather than at the cutting edge of technology. Examine the concepts and ventures that are taking off in your sector, things that people are aware of and have money set up for. A burgeoning industry with limited competition, where if you time it right, you may make a significant difference. Think about the prior attempts that the world was not ready for, leading to their failure. What has changed in terms of public opinion and technology to make it now feasible? Number 3. New accomplishments might be made from failed concepts, thanks to breakthroughs. Many efforts that would not have been feasible without the internet and globalization have been carried out, and using apps has helped to reduce expenses. Ski tracking kits are a great example of this. A ski tracking system used to be an absurdly expensive piece of equipment that few people could afford, and it had to be transported in a backpack due to the large battery. It was quite difficult to use, and the user had to download the data at the end of the week. Due to these limitations, the company that produced them failed to succeed, and the idea was abandoned. But because of technological developments like smartphones and apps, ski trackers have appeared that are now available to a far larger audience and have a noticeably better user experience. Therefore, you should consider whether anything in your area of expertise was innovative but failed to catch on the first time. Is this the right moment for it to shine? Number 4. Put an outdated idea into a contemporary context. Place is a useful topic to consider as well. It's a practice that you frequently observe in the food industry. They travel the world to stay current with fashion and to find intriguing new foods. Although the current zeitgeist in Vietnamese food is exciting and tasty, who can predict what the future may hold? Even though we love it, it is obviously not brand new to the market where it was first sold. Not just the food varies from one nation to the other. Business-related attitudes might vary greatly. Some companies specialize in exporting cutting-edge ideas from one country to another in the hopes of being bought up by a big enterprise like Amazon or Google. On the other side, smaller, exciting specialty businesses have a lot of space to develop using current business concepts. Number 5. Find your role model and borrow brilliant concepts from several industries. Looking at different industries closer to home is a great way to get ideas on how to improve your performance. What practices does another industry have that you could adopt? Everyone has role models they aspire to resemble in terms of appearance, way of life, behavior, and line of work. You must look for successful business people or entrepreneurs to emulate. Finding someone who has previously reached the accomplishment you aspire to is the objective. Make a list of prospective business owners and companies to use in the process's later stages. Once you've located and selected your idols, spend some additional time studying them. What more do you know about your heroes? What are they doing to make sure their business is successful? What is the detailed process that results in their success? How do they advertise their business, their goods, and their services? What sort of actions do they take? To discover the secrets of their success, study them and find the answers to these questions. Number 6. Take inspiration from the best designs to construct your own unique masterpiece. We advise you to create a monster. Not a bad one, but one that involves, in the manner of Dr. Frankenstein, collecting a number of parts from diverse conceptions to produce what you desire. You may create one incredible product by fusing the best features from several ages, places, and industries. By using a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you can create anything from the smallest amounts. Start with a really sound core idea that has a market, and then put in the extra knowledge and suggestions from outside to make a significant shift in your company. You may repurpose parts of what you've previously created, those ideas you were going to chuck because they didn't work, by remixing, which also helps you make the most of what you have. To see what you may use for your project, give them another look. There will be a lot you can't use and a lot of things you want to avoid, but there could be 1 or 2 diamonds that can really make a difference. So be sure to keep an eye out and feel free to go beyond what is already provided. Isaac Newton once observed, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." For instance, a single song could be covered by a number of singers over the course of decades and yet result in hits that the vocalist recognizes as songs in their own right and as works of art each time. Clearly, the original has received a dose of magic, yielding a far more distinctive final product. The creativity with which you approach the idea you are reproducing is what makes it magical. Number 7. Techniques for redefining ideas. Now that we've cleared it out, how can we reproduce ideas without turning them into exact replicas of the original? How will we determine the boundary between plagiarism and originality? Here are 2 techniques for gently arriving at these conclusions. Technique number 1. The Blue Ocean Strategy Technique. In a word, this strategy produces a distinctive form of product with less competition by looking beyond conventional alternatives for a certain product or service and enhancing it with benefits that only the alternative can provide. Technique number 2. Retain most of the original. The product's core must be kept, let's say 80%, but the other 20% must be fully rethought. Here, use caution, since picking the right 20% to reinvent is essential. Ideally, differentiation should occur inside the product rather than on the outside. The end user must notice and feel a difference within the first 30 seconds of utilizing the product. Both of these approaches make use of the principle of remixing, which entails building your new concept around an earlier one and then changing or stylizing it, such that both its method and look are entirely different. Conclusion. One final point. Even while the idea behind your product shouldn't be entirely original, that doesn't imply that you should depict and sell it as a copy of another item. It takes a different kind of creativity to market and package your products. What do you think of this then? Is your business a knockoff or a unique venture that plagiarizes and expands on the ideas of others? We think it is possible to run an original business even if it is built on the ideas and accomplishments of others. Let us know in the comments below and make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our videos.